Okay guys, if you've ever wondered how to build your own home gym, or for example you can't go to the gym for whatever reasons, your parents won't let you or it's too far away, building your home gym is a super viable options when you do it right. Okay, so in this video I'm gonna tell you what are the best pieces of equipment to start with to build your own home gym and start doing calisthenics at home, whether calisthenics or weighted calisthenics, but also many other exercises as well. Okay, so now that I've got rid of everything that was on me, I'm gonna explain to you why is building a home gym a fucking good option. All right, so I usually do street workout, which is my niche, but to build your home gym is gonna be a really cool way for you to train, and it's at home. So the positive points of a home gym is that you don't have any commute time. Basically, you just have to stand up and train, which is really fucking good. You don't have to pay for a subscription. Once you buy the equipment, everything's done, and it's gonna last you maybe 10 years depending on what you buy. But usually it's if you buy good equipment, it's gonna last you a lot of time. Actually, a lot of you guys don't know how it's possible for you to build your own home gym. So I'm gonna explain to you, like whether you're a beginner or you're kind of advanced in either calisthenics, street workout in general. You can listen to this video. This video is for everyone, okay? So listen to this video. I'm gonna tell you what to buy, where to buy it, everything you need to know to build and start building your own home gym. Okay, so I'm gonna start off by also showing you what are my equipments that I have right now. So, oh, quick precision, I also forgot to say you can join my free school community, which is also in the link of the description, where I talk about things like that. You know, you have a community with like-minded people, and you can also talk to me one-to-one, for free, where I give you advice and other interesting stuff as well. So yeah, you can join. So yeah, this is all the equipment I have in my home gym, and it takes that much space, which is not really a lot. My room is not super big, even though it's not small neither, and so I managed to build it in my room, and I'm gonna walk you through everything you need to do, everything you need to buy, where to buy it, what are like the, also I've organized the video to know, for example, which are the cheapest alternatives, not for example the worst, but like the cheapest, moderate alternatives, and the best. And it's not the most expensive, like it's not going to be super expensive, but compared to the other options it's going to be more expensive. Even though if you take those options, those last options, it's going to be better because you're going to have better pieces of equipment which is going to last you longer. And yeah, I've gonna organized a lot of the exercises that you need to do. So first and foremost in your journey, you're gonna need a pull-up bar. So that's obvious. Whether you're a beginner or not, you're gonna need a pull-up bar. So I'm gonna walk you through the cheapest alternatives. So the free alternatives, okay, are first and foremost a street workout park, which you can find anywhere in your city, wherever you want, okay? And if it's too far away or you don't have one in your city, maybe a tree, okay? You find a tree which has good branches, okay, and you try and find out which one is the best, okay, for pull-ups. And you're actually, if you have a little bit of creativity and imagination, you're gonna find a branch that corresponds exactly to a pull-up bar, okay? So that's gonna be the best alternative for you if you want free stuff. The moderate, okay, I'm gonna put it in the cheap alternative because it's pretty cheap, but it depends on which one you buy. I'm gonna tell you the door frame pull-up bar, okay? So actually I have one, but I don't use it anymore. I'm gonna show you. I've got that as a pull-up bar, which uses the pressure of like the bar to basically be standing on the wall, okay? But it's not the only one that you could find. You can also find pull-up bar that are attached to the top of of your door. But I can't do it for like my door because there's not like something large enough here. But actually there are some other options as well. For the door frame pull-up bar, if you can, I think that's one of the best options, okay? That's still a viable and cheap option, so I'd recommend you to look on that. Where to buy a good pull-up bar, door frame pull-up bar, I'd recommend you to look on Amazon. That's where you basically are gonna find the best ones. Try to find one which has good reviews, and also it's cheap, because a classic, like the one I showed you, which I own, is the cheapest. Okay, it will maybe be 20 bucks. But there's more expensive ones which are maybe gonna be more solid, or have other way of training. For example, like neutral grip pull-ups, like that, like where you have like basically your fist off face to face. What else? You're gonna also have the ones which are like in a V, so you can train more of like the lats. And so yeah, that's a good viable option for cheap. Another option is to buy a power tower, which is a classic option. However, it depends on your goals, and also on which power tower you buy. Because for me, I find it that it doesn't take that much space. It depends on which ones. Usually, it doesn't take that much space, and it's also cheaper. But it also depends on which model. Okay, because there are ones which cost a lot more, and if you buy those power tower, you could have put your money in another option. What's cool about power towers though is that you can do also dips and many other exercises as well, which is gonna be a good purchase if you don't want to buy a lot of equipment and you just want like one block of functional things, which is not the best usually, but it's still cool. Okay. Okay, and now we move on to the dip. The dips, okay. So you're gonna have to do dips, which are primary movements in calisthenics or just training at home. It's one of the best ways to train, to target your chest, your triceps, your shoulders as well. So for the dips, there are multiple options, which are the free ones, which is the street workout park, but you can also do this at your home if you have like high chairs. Okay, you put two high chairs and you can do dips. Okay, it's like it's a free option, but it's not the best. In terms of like moderate budget, we're gonna have the power tower. Okay, it could be cool for the power tower because you buy a power tower and you can do pull-ups and dips at the same time, even though it's not the best option. And oh my bad, I also forgot to say the best option on pull-ups. Okay, so the best option for pull-ups is what I have, which is basically a floor pull-up bar, which is basically only a pull-up bar and it's on the floor. Okay, I'm gonna show you. As you can see, it's an Eric Flag pull-up station. Okay, search for the keywords pull-up station and not like power towers, because it's the best pull-up alternative. It's the most solid and the most stable ones, so you can look at the base and it's very, very stable. Also, it depends on which brand. So mine is an Eric Flag, which is not super expensive. It's even cheaper than most power towers, and it's gonna be the best option, even though after that you're also gonna have to buy like other equipments as well if you want to do dips. But that's not usually the case, because for example, for the Eric Flag pull-up bar, there's also gonna be like a special bar which you can also like as you can see right now, you can adjust the height of the bar. And if you buy a special bar, there's gonna be like parallel bars also here, so you can bring that down and also do dip on your pull-up station, which is absolutely incredible. And I think for me that's the best option is in terms of home gym. If you have that, that's gonna be the best options. Okay, and for the dip, okay, so for the dip, one of the best options is, as I told you, to buy an Eric Flag pull-up bar with the parallel bars, but also buy separate parallel bars, as I had on my back at the start of the video, and as I showed you in my home gym. I think that's also a great piece of equipment. However, I know it's gonna cost a little bit more money than if you just buy an Eric Flag pull-up bar with the parallel bars already included. And what else? I think that's good for the dip. Next, so in your home gym journey, you're gonna need weights, because as you're either gonna get progressively stronger at body weight movement, or you want to also isolate other things as well, you're gonna have to buy weights. There's multiple options, okay? There's gonna be the cheapest option, which is gonna be to have a backpack and put in it large amounts of a heavy material, which is, for example, sand, or you can also buy like, I don't know, 20 kilo bag of rice, or buy a pack of water. Also, it's a good option, you know, to put in a backpack. It's the cheapest one. It's not the best, but if you don't have any money to invest, that's what's gonna be the most efficient for you. There's gonna be the one of like the moderate options, which is gonna be to buy a weight vest, which is gonna range from maybe 20 kilo. It could be cool, okay? With that, you can, like, with those weight vests, you can isolate, you know, for lateral raises or other movements. You can do like weighted pull-ups, weighted dips, which is like 20 kilos is largely enough, okay, for most beginners, like even for most intermediate athletes. So don't worry about that. And if you really want quality weights, I'd suggest you to buy weight plates, okay, on Amazon. But with that, it's gonna cost a little bit of money. I mean, more than all other options, okay? And also, if you want to do weighted pull-ups, weighted dips, with the plates as well, you're also gonna need a weight belt, which I was gonna put in miscellaneous, but I was gonna talk about it in the next category. And so yeah, for the weights, you're gonna find the best weights on Amazon. I think it's the cheapest weight. Also, what you can do is find on secondhand websites, such as it depends on which country you live in, but secondhand websites, which often people are reselling their old pieces of equipment, which could be weights, old weights, you know. Doesn't matter if they are rusted, steel weights, you know, you're not gonna be a pussy for that. You train with whatever you have, okay? And it's gonna be a great option in moderate budget, okay? And let's move on to miscellaneous, okay? Knowing, first of all, that with the floor, you're gonna have like a lot of exercises available for you. You have basically all the push-ups variants, and basically vertical or horizontal push variants, anything, okay? But if you want to, you know, buy yourself a nice home gym and, you know, invest so you can have like nice pieces of equipment, I'd suggest you to buy parallels, which are basically little handles, large handles. Like, it depends on which one you take, but I recommend you to go for large parallels, okay, which are basically good for the joints. For example, if you do push-ups or other calisthenics moves as well, such as handstand push-ups or handstands, or other things as well as pike push-ups, which is a super great way to target the shoulders also. And so yeah, that's gonna be a great option for you if you want to buy other things. Rings. I didn't talk about rings during all the video, but with rings, it's also one of the cheapest options, okay? Why? Because with rings, if you have a tree or something to attach the rings to, which is, you can basically find a spot anywhere in your park, well, you can do every exercises you want, which could be like pull-ups, dips, you can do body weight rows, you can do so much exercises with the rings. Basically, you can do everything that you can do with a pull-up bar, but with rings, okay? You can do muscle-ups, you can do everything, okay? And I forgot to put that at the start of the video because it's quite a cheap option. And with that as well, you also, with the rings, you also be able to isolate. If you don't have weights, you can isolate so much part of your body, which for example, like body weight curls, but as well as like triceps extensions and basically anything, okay? So yeah, I should have put rings at the start of the video. And the last piece of equipment maybe that's an optional one, but floor mats. Why? Because it's gonna, if you buy large pieces of equipment that, for example, I have, it could damage your floor, okay? And that's a nice option. If also, if you don't want to like damage your floor, and also be nice to your neighbors, to not drop the weights solely on the floor. And for the last bonus piece of equipment for you, I have bonus one. It's gonna be a walking pad. Okay, so I have one in my room, which I'm gonna show you. So it's right there. It's a flexi spot. And what's cool about a walking pad is that you can do your steps anywhere. I mean, anytime. Okay, anytime of the day you wake up. Even like if you don't walk a lot during the day, that's a super great alternative. So mine cost a lot of money. I mean, it was like maybe 200 to 250 euros, but you can find like basically the same for $80 basically. So that's also a great option if you have money to invest. And it's also cool because, like, you can walk outside, it's free to walk outside, but it's great, to have that in your home as well, because it's super easy to cut, to lose weight and lose fat with that, because you can just walk all day, all day every day. So yeah, that was the bonus item. And also I just wanted to like add clarifications and precisions that, like, you can do so much exercises for free with like a calisthenics park, because it's gonna be basically like no, like, you don't gonna have to need a gym. It's gonna be free, and you're gonna have all the pieces of equipment that you need to do every exercise basically. What could be a problem is the weight, because you also want some weights. So actually, in a lot of street workout park, because I live in France, and it's usually, if you go to a calisthenics park, like a street workout park, you can find weights which are attached with a chain to like the structure. And I'm just gonna ask the people who train usually here, hey, can I just borrow the weights for like a 1 or 2 sets, and they're gonna all agree, it's not gonna be a problem. And so yeah, I think I've said everything. I'm gonna put the link in the description of all the pieces of equipment I recommend. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Have a good day, and subscribe. Goodbye.